Derek Jeter, A-Rod, Jose Batista, Curtis Granderson, Josh Hamilton, and rounding off David Ortiz at the DH spot. Do you have any concerns about that starting lineup?
Concerns? No, because it's actually not a bad lineup.
Yeah.
But there's no way Hamilton and Jeter should be on this list. Not starters wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who should be starting over both of those?
Well, Asdrubal Cabrera should be over Derek Jeter.
two? Okay.
Cabrera's I think batting like 296. He's
Yep.
got I want to say 30 something RBIs, 40 something RBIs.
Yeah.
You know, and he's having a good year for Cleveland, and a Cleveland team that's resurrected now.
Yeah.
You know, and I think Joyce. Honestly, I think Matt Joyce should have been the starter over Josh Hamilton.
Well, he's got one more home run than him, and that's it.
Yeah, but doesn't Joyce have a better batting average?
No, they got the same batting average,
Do they
301.
really?
They have the same batting average at 301. They have same RBIs at 40. So Joyce has 11, and Hamilton's got 10.
Hamilton's missed a lot of games though. Matt Joyce has been doing that. You know,
But you got to say something about that, though. If he missed a lot of games and has the same exact thing as Joyce, then why should Joyce get the starting job over Hamilton?
because
If
Joyce
he's got the same exact stats at him, and,
he's got
and he
this-
missed the amount
he's-
of games,
he's
you
got
got
the
to think
same-
about the amount of games that if he were to play that he missed, he
Well,
would.
you don't, but you don't know that.
Mhm.
Joyce has been doing it all season.
Yeah.
With this, and he's got does got the same batting average and home runs and everything like that for Josh, like compared to Josh Hamilton.
Yep.
But with I don't know how many at bats it is, but Matt Joyce has probably got more at bats than Josh Hamilton.
Of course.
But to keep this batting average at 301 for this sum of year, and playing more games than Hamilton, more at bats than Hamilton,
Yeah.
and keeping the same average,
Yep.
then he's gonna be, he should be the starter.
All
Honestly.
right. Yeah.
But I think Josh Hamilton should be in the All-Star game. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you gotta. I think I pick Matt Joyce to be a starter over him. So.
All right. Well, get to the starting lineup for the National League.
All right. So you got McCann. That's a given because there's really not that any good catchers in the NL except for Buster Posey, which relax Giant fans. It's because he got ran over. Doesn't mean we have to change every rule now.
Just Carlos Santana from the Cleveland Indians got the same exact thing last year
And
happened
no
to
one
him,
cared.
and nobody cared because he wasn't
He's not
Rookie of the
a star.
Year. Buster Posey, but keep going.
You got Prince Fielder.
Okay.
That's another given. Ricky Weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Jose Reyes, that's another given. I don't know. I understand he was behind Tulo because Tulo is very popular now, but Reyes just is having a better year than Tulo.
Yeah.
So, Placido Polanco, which if David Wright probably wasn't hurt, David Wright would probably be the starter.
Yeah, I guess.
But Polanco does deserve it. I'm not gonna lie, he has done really good. Braun, Berkman, and Kemp. That's a good outfield. And Berkman's had a comeback player of the year type year.
Oh yeah, with what he did with the Yankees last year. It's like I said, everybody that goes to the Yankees, they always have that added weight on their shoulder. Everybody knows it.
CeCe's pretty much a good example of handling it.
Yeah.
Burnett was bad last year, but he did handle it pretty good. But Teixeira did hit. But Teixeira's starting to slow down a little bit. If you say, I mean, he does have 26 home runs. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But he's batting 240.
Yeah.
And the fact that people say that Teixeira should be an All-Star over Ortiz, stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah.
He's got 25 home runs, 60 something, 70 RBIs. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. Probably the best defensive first baseman in the league. He hits 25 home runs in a Little League ballpark, but he hits them on the road too. So I'm not gonna, say the Little League ballpark.
Yep.
But he's batting 240. You're not gonna get in the All-Star game if you're batting 240.
Yeah.
Unless you're Russell Martin.
Yeah, I guess.
So.
It's not that many good catches out there.
No, there isn't. But they really, it really hasn't been for a while. Besides Joe Mara, Buster Posey, and Avila, you could put up there now.
Yep.
Russell Martin was good with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt, and then it was just like going back and forth with him, and it just didn't end up right.
Yeah. So you want to get to the reserves?
Yeah, go to reserves for the AL.
All right. You got reserves. You got Miguel Cabrera, Howie Kendrick, Adrian Beltre, Asdrubal Cabrera, Michael Kadire, Jacoby Ellsbury, Matt Joyce, Carlos Quinton, Michael Young, Russell Martin, and Matt Wieters, rounding it off from the Baltimore Orioles.
What is Matt Wieters batting?
Batting at 262.
That's a better pick than Russell Martin. But
Yep.
like Beltre should not be over Paul Konerko.
Yeah.
But they need a backup third baseman.
Yep.
So they're gonna pick him. I mean, Michael Young,
Well-
with all the trade rumors around his head from the beginning of the year,
Mhm.
which I really wanted the Mets to pick him up, trade for him, put him at second base, then let him play.
Yeah.
But I mean, right now Justin Turner, Murphy, and Tejada's holding it down. But Michael Young at that time,
Yeah.
would be a perfect fit.
My only concern about this is why is Howie Kendrick from the Angels starting over Paul Konerko, or like in the All-Star game rather than Paul Konerko? I mean, he's batting
Ron
a
Washington.
307, and yes, they're two different positions, but you want to know something? Second base really isn't that hard to play. All right.
And again, you got Michael Young in there too.
Yeah.
You could take out one catcher.
Mm-hmm.
You could take out one outfielder.
Yep.
And put in Paul Konerko.
Yeah.
Or you can take, what is Miguel Cabrera batting? Miguel Cabrera is probably batting like 320.
Miguel Cabrera is batting a 328, 17 homers, and 56 RBIs, and that's being lazy.
Yeah.
That's being lazy.
And Keith Hernandez said it best when the Mets went to Detroit a week ago. He said he's probably one of the laziest players in the MLB, and a kid with that much talent, it mind boggles him.
Yeah.
And this is what money does to you now. You're lazy, and this is why because I've heard saying that Hanley Ramirez is basically tanking this season because he wants money or he wants to go to a new team. You don't just tank a season just because you want to go to a different team.
Yeah.
One, you're gonna get money. You already signed a contract extension with Florida Marlins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's batting like 220. I mean, he's come on a little bit lately. Who knows? Maybe changed his mind. But he's had a problem with management. But that doesn't give you the right to just I'm gonna suck for this whole year, and then maybe I'll go to some other team. People see that you're gonna suck for that year. They're gonna especially if you're signed for another year with the Marlins to say.
Yeah.
And you tank that season too, they're going to be like, we're not going to give you the prospects.
Oh, no.
One season, they're going to look at one season. All right, one season this, it happens, Like, I mean, look at Pujols this year.
Yeah.
But they're going to be like, all right, one season, not a big deal. But you see that, and then the next year, he does the same exact thing. So wouldn't you just, I'm not going to give up my top prospects for this guy just for a rental.
Yeah.
So.
Bullcrap. It's bullcrap in what they're doing now. They just want to do it for the money, and then that's it. They don't. When they were little, they loved the game. Now,
the ones
they can care less.
The ones that are not making money are the real baseball players.
Yep.
The Justin Turners, the Ruben Tejadas, the Freddie Garcias, the Bartolo Colon. They're all playing for contracts next year.
Yeah.
Those are the guys. I understand they're playing for contracts next year, but when they get into free agency, they're going to be like, oh yeah, you had a good season, but you were hurt the last 3 years before that. Why would we give you $21 million?
Yep.
And with Jose Reyes on the DL, just makes it easier for the Mets. Because they could be in the negotiation room, Reyes' agent goes, I want 6 years, $120 million.
Yeah.
And Sandy Alderson goes, why would we give you that? We'll give you 5 years, maybe an option for a 6th year, but why would we give you that many years for a guy who's had injury problems in his legs in the past, lives on his legs, and who just got hurt this year?
Yeah.
It basically, when he went on the DL, I was obviously mad. Like, Jose Reyes caliber player.
Yeah, what person wouldn't be mad?
Exactly, I'd be mad. But you also think about it, you're also a little bit happy because now the Mets can just throw it on the table and be like, listen, you're hurt all the time. Why did we give you this much money? Is he worth $100 million?
The way he's playing right now,
With the way he's playing right now, yes. But also, Crawford got $141 million.
You got to think also on the back of his mind is that if I know he might want the money, but as of right now, in the back of his head, he's thinking, are the Mets really good enough to go further with me. I mean, yeah, they might have the intangibles, but you want to know something? When you play in a division with Philly and Atlanta every single year for the past like 3 or 4 years,
you better hope your team builds up.
not only that, but when you play with a team like that for 3 or 4 years, you don't want to play against those teams anymore. You want to go to a division that you know that you could take a team straight to the top and be like, listen, I took that team to the playoffs. I did this. I could do that. Or you could just opt out and do what everybody else does. Either go to the Yankees or the Red Sox and know that you're automatically going to be in the playoffs or
And then
potentially
take
in
them
the
to a
World
championship.
Series. So
And this is
either he wants the money or he wants the ring. One or the other.
He's batting .354 this year, and to my eyes, he's doing. I'm not gonna say he's doing this on purpose, because you can't prove that. Because if next year he bats .346, and he's batting .354 now, next year he bats .346, you're gonna be like, oh, we made a good bargain for it, and he's actually playing. This guy's been having hamstring problems and leg problems since he got into the MLB.
Yeah.
And for a guy who was signed at 16 years old by the Mets, and made his debut in 2003 at 18 years old, had leg problems in 2004, 2005 he was good, 6 he was good, 7 he was good, 8 he was good, 2009 slowed down because of his leg, 2010 his oblique, his other hamstring on his right, which is why he's now on the DL now.
Just injuries.
It's just injuries. But if they look at that, they're not going to give him the money, for that. But there's always going to be that one team who will overpay for him.
Yeah.
Now, this is where it's proven. If Jose Reyes, which I honestly think he wants to stay, because one, he's been with this team since he's 16 years old.
Yeah.
It's the only organization he knows.
Yeah.
He's got such a good chemistry with David Wright, Carlos Beltran, let's even put him in there, Johan Santana, players, and he's actually come up with these guys in the minors sometimes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And he's building chemistry. Why would he want to go? Besides the money's sake.
Yeah.
And maybe for winning, but if he stays in New York, and he takes a home discount, 5 years, $100 million. If I'm Sandy Olson, I'm giving him 5 years, $100 million, an option for a 6th year for $20 million.
Yeah.
Get his $120 million, because if he does good those 5 years, he's got a $20 million right back.
Yeah.
And, they can't take it away once they accept the option. He's going to know that. And he'll probably play better in his 5th year and his 4th year. But, again, who knows what he's going to play like in the first 3 years. Who knows? He could just come on and be like, oh, yeah, I want a 3-year deal. You don't really know what he's thinking.
Yeah.
He might even want the 7 years. He might want the 3 years. He might even want 1 year.
Yeah.
Or
you might want to just see what's out there, what people will offer him.
That's another thing. Like, he's going to see what's out there, what they have to offer.
Yeah.
He's got a choice. He's got a chance to meet with Sandy Olson before he sees any offer. So if I'm Sandy Olson, I'm describing to him, this is what you're gonna get, and this is what other teams are gonna offer. But promise me that you'll come back, for a negotiation again after seeing what all of the teams offer, and let's see if we can top that or even make it better for you.
Yep.
So.
But we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get back with the rest of the All-Star game, starters, reserves, pitchers. So we'll be back in a few minutes.